Okay, we continue now with example number 6. We need to find the limit of in this question. So again, the first step, we do a direct substitution. Normally, direct substitution will confirm to me that there is a 0 in the numerator and the 0 in the denominator, and that needs to be cancelled. Something of a common factor will be cancelled. So the idea here is just we need to plug in -1 instead of x, and we try the answer with the calculator. So -1, -1, -1, -1. Now, if we do this in the calculator, that will be 0 on the top. In the denominator, it will be 1 squared plus 2 minus 3, again 0, and this is undefined. So if this is undefined, all what we need to do is we need to factor the numerator and the denominator, and that's what we will do next. And I need you here to focus with me because this is very important. So we have here 2x squared plus 3x plus 1, and here we have x squared minus 2x minus 3, and now we need to factor both the numerator and the denominator. How we will do it? Let me start with the denominator first, and I need your attention, please. First of all, we notice the number in front of x squared is 1, and this is our happy case. If it is 1, all what we need to do, we open two brackets, and we write x, and we write x. And then you write minus, and then here write minus. Now, there is two numbers, you need to fill them here. And how you are going to get those two numbers, you need to go in your calculator and do for me mod 5, 3. And that's how you do it. Mod 5, 3 in your calculator. Of course, you can use the quadratic formula, or you can use any method of factoring. But I just want to give you something, you can do it quickly with your calculator, which is mod 5, 3. Now, if you do mod 5, 3 in your calculator, the calculator will ask you for the number A, the number B, and the number C, which you just plug them there, and you will get the two answers, which are, if you do it correctly, it is -1 and 3. And that's the first step in the denominator. Now, can we do the same thing for the numerator? The answer is no. And why is no? Because this number in front of x squared is not 1. So how we are going to deal with this? Take 2 as common factor. So you will get x squared, and now you have x squared with 1 in front of it, plus 3 over 2x plus 1 over 2. And now you need to do again mod 5, 3 in your calculator to get two numbers that you are looking for. So what we are going to get, so 2, I will get x negative something, x negative something. Down here, I will get x, because you have negative, negative, or just can keep it, it will be +1. It will be x plus 1. And here you will get x -3. Now, if you do in your calculator, mod 5, 3, and this is A, this is B, and this is C, you will get two numbers. And those are the number you should get in your calculator. One of them will be, again, -1, which, of course, we can just erase it. And because it's negative, negative, it will be +1. The other number, if you do it correctly, you will get half. And now you can see there is a cancellation of clear matter. I'll cancel this bracket with this bracket. So you will end up with limit x goes to -1. You'll get 2 x -half at the top divided by x minus 3. Now just plug in everything in the calculator. you should get the final answer, which will be just -4 down here, and here you will get 2 times -3/2. So the final answer will be 3/4. And of course, because this is a number, we stop here, and that's what will be the final answer. Now, let me just go through this example again quickly. In this example, we are in the situation where we have 0/0 and we have polynomial over polynomial. We call it rational function. And in rational function situation, we need to factor the numerator and factor the denominator. How we are going to factor the numerator or denominator? If it's a quadratic expression, has x squared and x and the number, the best way and the fastest way is use your calculator by using mod 5/3 to get those two numbers after the x. However, if there is a number in front of x squared, take it as common factor. Why do we need to take it as common factor? So we get number 1 here alone. Once we have number 1 here, we are good to go. Because later we can use mod 5/3 to get those numbers. Again, because if everything is correct, there must be some cancellation. And that's what we will end up with. Just plug in -1 instead of x, and we will get the final answer. Let's do another example, which is similar to this example, but again, we will just, add some more ideas to it. We have this one. Well, again, we need to do direct substitution. So direct substitution, let's do it. So the first step, we do a direct substitution. Now, if I do direct substitution, I'll just do it here. So every x I can see, I need to write 2 instead of it. So I have 2, 2, 2. Now, if we do that, what we will end up with is 0/0, and this is definitely undefined. So there's nothing here we can just do about it. It's 0/0. Thus, we need to factor something. So let me start factoring the denominator. Now, if you remember, to factor the denominator, we need to take 3 as common factor. So we get x squared minus 1/3x minus 10/3. Keep the numerator, we will deal with it in a minute. Now, if we do that, we need to use the calculator, mod 5/3, to get 2 numbers for the x. Now, if we do it correctly, one of them will be x, the other will be just 5/3. Those are the 2 numbers we will get, and this will be plus. It will be -5/3. Next question. How do we factor x cubed minus 8? That's a good question. And is there a formula for x cubed minus 8? The answer is yes. And I will just write it down here. So what is the formula? A cubed minus b cubed equal to a minus b. And then start with the first one, a squared, plus ab plus b squared. Like every one of them have degree 2. This is degree 2. This is degree 1 plus 1 is degree 2. So we have all combination of degree 2 between a and b, and this is what we get. Now, what this has to do with our question, we have x cubed minus 8, and remember, 8 is just 2 cubed. So this will be a, this will be b. Now, if we apply the formula that we can see here, this is x, this is 2, we get x minus 2, and then we have x squared plus 2x plus 4. Why 4? This is b squared. And b is 2, so 2 squared is 4. Now we need to take this one, and I need to write it down here. So I get x minus 2, x squared plus 2x plus 4. Now there is a clear cancellation. We can see x minus 2 would cancel with x minus 2. So we will end up with limit x goes to 2, x squared plus 2x plus 4. In the numerator, we have 3, and then we have x plus 5 over 3. And this is exactly what we have. Final step, we only need to substitute 2 instead of x. If we do that, this will be 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 4, and this would give us 12. If we do the denominator, it will be 11. So the final answer is 12 over 11, and that should be the limit here. So in this question, the only new idea is how to use the difference between two cubes. You need to memorize this formula. With the time, you will get used to it. Now I will do something even more as a more step for this, so you can also relate it to this question. Remember, if we have a quadratic, that's easy. Just take the number in front of x squared and then use your calculator to get the other numbers here. Let's go to example number 8, and I write an asterisk about example number 8. Why is that? Let's see what can we do. First step, we do a direct substitution. So what we get? We get 5 plus 8, 4, and this are just 1, 1. So if we do direct substitution, this is 0 over 0, which is undefined. So we need to factor. Now, how we are going to factor this one? 8x 5 minus 8, 4x squared minus 1. The first step, let's take 8 as common factor. Let's take 4 as common factor. So we get 8 x 5 minus 1, 4 x squared minus 1. Now, the next step, we need to factor the numerator and the denominator. Now, the denominator, we know how to do it. X squared minus 1. Again, mod 3 in your calculator. He will ask you for 3 numbers, A, B, C. A is 1, B is 0, C is minus 1. If you do it correctly, you will get x minus 1 and x plus 1. And those are the 2 numbers that you will get if you do the factoring. All right, what do we need to do next? Next, we need to factor this one. And to factor this one, let me take you to the next page, and I explain this to you once for all. How do we factor an minus bn? Remember, in my case, I want x5 minus 1, but 1 is also 1 power 5. So this is A and this is B. That's my focus. Now, what is the formula for that? The formula will be A minus B, and then take A to the power of n minus 1. So if it is 5, the next one will be 4. And then take A to the power minus 2. So the power of A will get less and less, and you add the power of B. Again, take A, n minus 3, the power of B will start to increase, and you continue like this until you have only A, and then you have power of B's plus B n minus 1. Which means everything here is of power n minus 1. Everything of power n minus 1. Let's apply it to this example. Here, A is x, B is 1, and then you start with x power 4, x power 3, and then go down the x all the way. X squared, x, and something without x. Now you do the same thing for the b, but for the b, you should start from the end. So you get 1 power 4, and then you have 1 power 3, and then you have 1 power 2, and then you have 1. So here we'll have just 1, and that will be the formula. Remember, here I put 1 power 4, here I put 1 power 3, here I put 1 power 2, and here I put 1 power 1. But this doesn't show in your question, so that will be the factoring of it here. So here we get x minus 1, x4, x3, x2, x, and 1. Finally, we do this. Of course, there is a cancellation, so we do the cancellation. X negative 1, x negative 1 get cancelled, so you get x4, x3, x2, x, and 1. Down here you have 4x plus 1. Now, if you substitute just 1, the final answer will be just 40 divided by 8, which is just 5. And that's the last question in terms of when we have polynomial over polynomial.